everybody. Welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with my Friday segment, the outlook on the emotional exchanges. And, I also do Goth Tarot, and all I can say is I love dark shadows, but I hate those darn shadows when I don't have the lighting quite right. Making me look older. Mr. O is quite vain, I'll be honest. After all, it isn't every day that you turn 66 and still have, kind of a nice color in your hair, not too much gray. So anyways, happy birthday to me. That was yesterday, if you're wondering. And now we're going to start. We do the emotional exchange by doing one card for each sign of the zodiac, and we emphasize romantic or intrapersonal relationships, so we may not necessarily pick up on other things. Now we do a collective card pull also, just for the entire community, and because of course there's a great sensual feel to it, for that I use the Mermaid Tarot. It's one of the Los Scarabos, and it has a really soft, feminine for sure, focus around it. It's very sensual feeling. So I'm going to pull that for our collective card. Just going to give these a shuffle and go right through with that. There it is. Oh, this card's coming up so often lately in so many different readings. It's the Six of Swords. It's upright. I'm going to put her over here. Six of Swords. In terms of our collective emotional landscape here, many of us feel we have to move away from the troubled waters and move towards the more calm and serene waters. And so for many of us, this is literally our motive right now and our reason. And many of us have those opportunities. Maybe not everybody does have those opportunities. So we want us all to be mindful of that fact that all of us are searching for a better place in our hearts, in our romantic feel, something calmer. So do what you can to be that person, to negate or walk away from the troubles. If there's something you truly have to address there, of course you have to address that, but don't add fire or don't add, a blender to the waters to make them more choppy. I was looking for the metaphor and that's the only one that came. Anyway, that's what I had for that. So now we're going to go on to the rest of the reading. And as I mentioned, it's one card for each sign of the zodiac. I'm going to take a little sip of my coffee over here. So for the other card pull, for the signs of the zodiac, I use the Enchanted Tarot by Amy Zerner and Monte Farber. It's the perfect deck for these types of readings. It's a little hard to shuffle all the deck at once. The cards are wider and a little bit thicker. So sometimes I try to break it up into two halves to give it that good shuffle. And I really want to do that this time because I am going to alter the pull just slightly by doing our reading from the elementals forward. So for example, while I'm pulling from each zodiac sign, I'm doing them in the order of their elemental presentation. So we'll start with air signs, and that means Gemini would be first. And then when we're through all of the air signs, we'll start on the fire signs. So then it's Aries. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the deck when I'm done shuffling into 4 piles. And then each of those piles will represent one of the elements. And so I'll just pull from that. So I am almost shuffled with the cards. I'm hoping to do a really good shuffle this time because it seemed, on occasion we are getting the same cards again, and I guess I'm just wasn't shuffling as well. The readings still seem to have resonance. I think, in most people's opinions. But let's see if we can do a little bit better today. And this reading is for today and the week going forward, starting Friday, November 19th, till the following Thursday, which is Thanksgiving. That's the 26th, or the 25th, rather. Okay. I am almost there. You know, big deck needs a lot of shuffling. I'll just have to say that. Air, fire, water, and earth. Let's get started. Gemini. Gemini has the Fool. You are likely to find yourself at the beginning of a new adventure, either in your romantic life or perhaps with a new group of friends, or something is challenging you to take another step into an emotional realm. So it may be advancing the relationship you're already in. It may be an adventure of some sort. Maybe if you're single, you're looking forward to some adventure that possibly invites a romantic connection for you. Libra. The Ace of Wands. You are also looking at a beginning. This looks to me, Libra, more like maybe something in a networking situation. So maybe it's a social club or group opening up, or maybe you're involved in starting it, or you're getting in at the ground level. I think this is mostly about networking and strong friendships, so it may not be about romance per se, but it looks to me like for you, Libra, it's something that you probably really want to put your energies into. It doesn't involve a commitment to relationships, so you're probably, from your point of view, better off thinking that, you'll let it mold itself as time goes on. And then finally, for the air signs, Aquarius. And we have the Prince of Hearts. The Prince of Hearts is the Knight of Hearts, obviously, by that horseman there. So I'd say that for Aquarius, this is the week where maybe something romantic or strongly emotional is probably coming into view. We're just on the verge of the holidays in the States here, with Thanksgiving a week away. And I wonder if people are thinking that, they are moving towards more pleasing, if not romantic, but just really comforting and emotionally heartfelt times, Aquarius. And maybe you've been looking forward to it. A lot of times Aquarians, you may feel like you're a little bit on the outside, or you're looking differently at things from a lot of us. I think all signs have that feeling. But in regard to personality and being with people, Aquarians, this is very comforting for you. I'm hoping it works out well. So now we're going to go on to the cut for the fire signs. And for fire signs Aries, we have the Emperor, which is, of course, literally their card, the Mars energies there. And I think that means in terms of your relationships, whether they're romantic or even literally the whole spectrum of your relationships, friendships, subordinates, people you answer to, neighbors, family, grandparents, grandchildren, you really want to be in charge of all of that. You're looking from that emotional, interpersonal, intrapersonal kind of thing as being very much motivated to have autonomy there. So the other thing would be saying that if you're the kind of person that doesn't need a lot of company for the holidays or for Thanksgiving, that's probably where you're going to be at. But if you're the opposite or anywhere in between, that's where you're going to be at too. So choose wisely, my Aryan friends, because I feel like you feel in charge of where the emotional display goes, but be wise about how that works. Okay, so for my next card for the fire signs will be Leo. And Leo gets the TFT unofficial party card, the Four of Wands. So I think, Leos, you're really looking at something wonderful happening over the next week. And Leos, you love being in the spotlight and you love being attractive to people and you love people being attractive to you. So I think this is really talking about a kickoff to the holidays. Maybe it's the Thanksgiving dinner. Maybe you have close Scorpio friends and you're celebrating their birthday. Hint, hint. I don't really have a lot of super close Leo friends at this point. I have some though. But it could be a lot of things like that. It could just be saying really you have great emotional feeling towards this coming time because you feel there's just going to be real sincere, pleasing celebrations of happiness. And then finally for the fire signs, we go to Sagittarius. And we get our card, the Six of Swords again, like we had with the Mermaid Tarot for the collective. And Sagittarians, you may be switching gears on a relationship. You may have decided that you need less drama and you need to chill things down. I'm not saying this is the end of a relationship, but maybe you're looking for distance in your relationship. Maybe you are moving away from a more casual relationship. Maybe you're just moving away from a scene that you find to be too much drama, like I said initially. But the prospects, Sagittarians, are clearly that you are aiming towards more pleasant waters. And, I see that rainbow there. So you're hoping, to find emotional sustenance for yourself, whether it's romantic or in the pleasure of the company of your family and friends at this time of year. So it's really a good for you. Now we will move on to the water signs, that water cut. And our first one there is the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is for our water sign Cancer. Six of Wands, I think Cancers are really feeling robust about what they've accomplished. They're feeling very accomplished. They're feeling like in the ways of love and emotions, they are a winner. And they also feel too that this is something shared, a shared victory. So maybe for Cancers, this is not about a personal love. It may be about the love of something really important that they feel is shared, the love of a community. Maybe it's a church community, maybe it's a school community. But I'm thinking it's more along that, a universal love, a love that's more in the abstract, and this feeling that you feel like really we won. We won. So whatever it is, even if it does pertain to, a personal romantic relationship, maybe you've taken it extremely to the next level. Maybe the other person said yes. That would be a reason to celebrate. So it could be all of those things for you, Cancer. And now on to Scorpio, my own sign. And as I mentioned, my birthday was yesterday. And it's the Ace of Hearts. So I would have to say that's like the Ace of Cups, that Scorpios feel they are getting into the beginning of a lot of love and good feelings, a lot of potential romances for Scorpios, potential good relationships, potential pleasurable, comfortable, loving, emotional things happening to you. You're seeing that. It's probably about Thanksgiving. It's probably about the final Scorpio birthdays. So it's a beautiful card. And then the Pisces for our water signs completes that. And we have the Eight of Cups. Why so glum chum? Well, maybe it's not so glum chum. The Eight of Hearts says we see something better we're moving towards, and we feel that we have accomplished what we needed to in the past or recently, and we are steering ourselves towards something better, something that really fulfills us emotionally, maybe almost feels spiritually, emotionally beneficent to us. Like maybe we have felt the love of God. We have felt the love of the goddess. We have felt some sort of great, magnificent spiritual love. And I think we are just sort of putting our sail in that direction. That's what we're doing here with the Eight of Hearts. And now we're on to the earth signs. The first earth sign is Taurus. They have the Four of Hearts, and of course, just a reminder, the hearts are cups. So it's the same thing, it's just a little convention to how cups changed into hearts over the centuries. But the Four of Hearts, for you, Taurus, says this is a time for you to gather in thoughts about all the love you have, that maybe you've been feeling like you don't feel appreciated, you don't feel as loved as you want to be, but you need to just contemplate on that. You know, there are just a lot of ways people do show their emotional aspects to you, and respect to you and love to you. So I think you're just taking the time to really consider that, to consider the love around you. It's there. Trust me, Taurus. Then we move on to Virgo. And Virgo has Major Arcana 20, Judgment. And so I think Virgos maybe are coming out of a period, or will be moving into a period where maybe it's almost like an epiphany, like maybe they realize who that one person was that really loved them. Maybe it's a romantic love, or maybe it's more of those sort of paternal, maternal, familial loves, you know, but it's some sort of realization maybe about where love is in their life, where emotional happiness is in their life. Virgos, a lot of times, you know, the common idea is that you're hard on yourself. People say you're hard on everybody, but you're really harder on yourself than anybody. And so I think this card is saying, take the time, Virgos, to realize that the lessons of love are still there for you to learn. It's not too late to understand what that is, who you love, who you should be talking to, who you should be devoting all of your devotive aspects towards. And then finally, we are at Capricorn. And so the end of our reading for today. And Capricorns have the Magician, Major Arcana 1. And the Magician is kind of like the capstone in a way, because he is the person who controls those four elements that are related through the suits of the tarot, the hearts or cups, the swords, the pentacles, and of course the wands. He wields the mighty wand in most pictures. He is the personification of willpower and of knowing what you want and knowing how to get it, how to be creative, how to be in control. Apply all that to the spectrum of love and emotions. So even if you are already magnificently in love with somebody, what would it take to take that love to even a more magical level? Or maybe it's just about putting your magician's, you know, heart on its sleeve and going forth to be as magical as you can be when you're looking for love, when you're trying to be attractive to people. Do remember, if you are using magic for love, it's not nice to compel people to love you. You should cast the spell on yourself to make yourself attractive and beautiful to whoever you're looking for. And maybe that's what the secret is, Capricorn, is think about how you want to be attractive, beautiful to others, and figure out how to manifest that in your life. But I think thinking it is just a good start. So I want to thank everybody for joining me here today at the Emotional Exchanges. Sitting here in my little esoteric library, feeling really buoyed by the coming full moon energies that I sense in the next day or so. And I hope this was a good resonant reading for you. If so, please do like and share and subscribe if you haven't, and all that. And don't forget, Banshee show is on Sunday in 2 days. The Material Matters. Plus, there's going to be a happy hour in between and regular live streams. So Check that out. We love all of you, and at this time of great love and heartfelt feelings, we wish to bless you all. Namaste.